Hi guys, this is CasualNerdHammer.net with a series of battle reports. This is a tournament I attended down in Lititz, Pennsylvania. There's a gaming crew down there that runs this tournament twice a year. It's called the Lords of War. It's a 2,500 point uncomped tournament, and you are allowed to take one free magic item up to 100 points from your book. Demons actually get to take a item from the Big Red Book. So what I decided to do was take a filthy Demons of Chaos list, almost purely Nurgle, 2 Skull Cannons. With my free 100-point item, I took Papa Nurgle and I gave him the Trickster's Helm. You don't see it too often, but what it does is any successful wounds against that monster or character has to re-roll the wounds. So I have a Toughness 7 Great Unclean one, which was Toughness 8 after the Epidemius tally, which of course I took Epidemius, and you have to re-roll successful wounds against them. I mean, just a filthy setup. And after Crossroads, I was just really feeling like I wanted to bring some filth to a tournament. I'm not typically that type of player, and if you see by my battle reports, my lists are a bit different. I think they're competitive, but I try to avoid the nastiest of the list, but not today. So here it goes. Deployment. First game I pull up, I got Lizardmen. The other interesting part of this tournament is you get 3 tokens, and you use these tokens throughout the tournament. You can put up to 2 tokens on one unit, and they give you +1 combat resolution for each token. And the other great part about it is you get to keep your opponent's tokens if you capture them and use them in consecutive rounds. Really interesting scenario. So the first scenario we have here is, I think it's Blood and Glory scenario, yeah, because you can see here, he's marking off the 9-inch line. So, I've got some Lizardmen here. We got a unit of Skinks, another unit of Skinks with a level 1. We got Teto Echo in a Skink cohort unit. We got a unit of Cold One Riders. I think there is either 1, 2, or 3 Scar Vets in there. I think there's an Old Blood. I think this is the Old Blood, actually, and 2 Scar Vets. He has an Ancient Steg, a unit of Saurus Warriors with a Slann attached to him. So we got a Slann and we got Teto Echo. Nasty list. But that's what you expect when you come to an uncomped tournament. Another unit of Skinks. And my deployment, I have a unit of Furies of Nurgle. I have Epidemius in a bunker of 21 Plague Bearers. I have my Epidemius counter dice right here that I ordered special just for this tournament, including those little yellow ones there, or green ones. Unit of 4 Beast. I got a block of 25 Plague Bearers with my Herald BSB in there. He has the regen locus, of course. I have a Skull Cannon, a single beast. I have 4 Plague Drones. I just painted this guy up the night before the tournament. Thanks to Anthony from the Sustainable Center. He gave me a good deal on a single Plague Drone, which you can't usually find. Shipped it out to me, made sure I had it on time, and that was so badass of him. This used to be my Demon Prince, but one of his wings broke off, so I ripped the other one off, and now he's a Great Unclean one for the time being. I have my other Skull Cannon here. His scouts come in, 2 units of Chameleon Skinks. Yeah, I don't really have an answer for them. That's why I kind of faced this cannon in this direction. When I built the Great Unclean one and took the Trickster's Helm, my other concern, I wanted to give him maybe a 2-up armor save instead. And my concern was poison shots. And of course I roll up poison shot Skinks for the first round. I gave my Great Unclean one 2 gifts. I gave him an Exalted gift, which will always default to the Eternal Blade throughout the tournament, which is just amazing for Papa Nurgle, and a lesser gift and whatever I roll up. Sometimes, I really like the 2-up ward save against the first wound. That's one of my favorite ones, or always strikes first. This game, I think he got always strikes first, which really helps. So Lizardmen get the initiative and they move first. On the left side, he brings those skink units up. He's going to take shots at my Furies. His center lines kind of hold back a little bit. He's super aggressive on this side where he feels that my flank is the weakest. Has a lot of poison shots coming in, and he pushes his cold ones up. And Teto Echo's coming in for some spell casting. Over here, the skinks do some shooting. They do 2 wounds to my plague drones. I think 1 or 2 to my cannon. I feel at this point of the game, I'm like, man, I feel pretty stupid because what am I going to do with these skinks? I really haven't played Lizardmen that often. I've played them myself, and I know how great of harasser skinks can be, and I don't really have an answer for them. So I'm just hoping that I can get the tally going and kick up my toughness, and hopefully they're just poison on 6s, always wounding on 6s. Yeah, that's the best I can hope for at this point. I'm going to try to fire maybe some grape shots at him because I really don't need the cannons to fire at other stuff. So yeah, I'm not really sure how to handle these skinks. On this side, yeah, he does kill 3 Furies. Thankfully, I don't ever flee, so they're going to be there for some redirecting. Demons turn 1. I think this was just some poor positioning on my opponent's part. He let me get these beasts into this skink unit. His other skink unit was able to flee one of my charges. I think I took that single beast and charged him, or yeah. So they're fleeing, but right here, letting me get in here. I mean, this is going to send Epidemia's tally up at least 5 or 6 or more if I can just kill them outright. But the way the angle was, I mean, my beasts were like right here, so he would have easily fled off the board had he flee. So he just did a stand and shoot, got 1 wound on the beast, but that shouldn't be much work for the beast. Shuffling around my lines here, bring the cannon back. I really don't need him getting charged by a Stegodon or anything else. I think the weird positioning here is because I charged. That's why he's just kind of hanging out there in the middle. My plague drones, I just back up. I don't want the cold ones getting an easy charge on them. One-on-one, I don't think it's the best matchup for me. He has some decent armor save there. I decided real early that I'm just going to ignore the skinks as much as possible. It's going to take him a long time to get rid of my units just from shots. He really needs some muscle in here. And so I'm gonna play it safe and get the wound tally up, and then when my strength and toughness is high, then see what I can do there. This cannon, I think I charged. I think he did double flee here. These guys are fleeing. Those guys are fleeing from the cannon, so it just failed. Over here, yeah, the beast makes short work out of it, and it really helped the tally. If you see my tally down here, 7 and 3. So I killed the skinks to a man and overran, hopefully trying to get in to kill that unit too, but didn't have enough overrun. That's one thing. This list isn't built to get the tally up fast. I don't have soul grinders with catapults. It's more like sustain, grind out, and in the late game, the tally will be where I need it to be. And that's kind of the plan. That's why I split my Plague Bearers up into 2 units. Just need the Plague Bearers to stick around and grind as long as possible. I have a lot of muscle on the table, and I'm just trying to get the tally up and stick around. Over here, now this is showing. I guess this is just showing Papa Nurgle getting ready to take on the cold ones. Turn 2, Lizardmen. Just a shot down my lines. I think this was just a glamour shot. Maybe because I was happy that I got a 4th Plague Drone finally. So his charges, and this really surprised me. So he brings his old blood and charges Papa Nurgle. And I'm thinking, I have Eternal Blade. I have Always Strikes First. I have the Trickster's Helm. I am toughness 7 right now. I'm going to be 8 on the next turn if the old blood stays alive. I love that matchup as with Papa Nurgle. He makes 2 real long bomb charges. And I guess he figured he had nothing else to do with the warriors and the stag into this guy. And at first I'm thinking, oh man, that's horrible. But then I realized, well, if Papa Nurgle can kill the old blood, he'll just turn around, face these guys who are definitely going to overrun into my Plague Bearer block. And this is where I want this is where I want the Plague Bearer block. I want them holding up stuff like this. You know, they're not going to fight till my turn, so the tally's going to be at least +1 strength. I only need 4 more kills to be at +1 toughness. So strength 5, toughness 5, Plague Bearers with 4-up regen. Yeah, I'll definitely take that. His other skinks don't rally, and they fly off the board. Or they do not, they do eventually rally, I think, but yeah, so they're way up there right now. That's just another shot of it. Oh, he ends up killing one of my plague drones, and there's a wound on another one. You see the skull marker there, that means I got +1 combat res on that unit. I got it on this unit. I think I had the other one on my beast. So yeah, after combat, of course, they blow through and overrun into my Plague Bearer unit. I'm okay with that. We'll fight that on my turn. And the Old Blood didn't even get to swing. Always strikes first. I rolled up 3 for the Eternal Blade, which gives me +3 weapon skill, +3 attacks, +3 strength, +3 initiative. So I was always strikes first. I think I might have been better initiative, so I'm re-rolling. And he's at strength, I don't know, 9. So there was no armor save. There was nothing he could do. The Old Blood just absolutely got slaughtered. So I face him this way. I'm going to charge him into the Stegodon next turn. Turn 2 demons, and that's what I do. To put cherry on the top, I decide, hey, Epidemus seems pretty safe, you know, with increased toughness right now. So might as well charge him in the flank, charge the Great Unclean One into the flank of the Stegodon. I reform the beast to try to bring them back into the action. Over here, I'm not sure what to do with the drones. I'm just trying to stay away from his cold ones just for now until I take care of this the Slan and the warriors. And I face the plague drones this direction just to get them going. I did charge with the Skull Cannon at Teto Echo's unit, and he wanted no parts of it, so he decides just to flee. It was a good flee because, you know, I got 3 wounds. He only needs 1 more wound here to kill this cannon. It was kind of a desperation shot on me because if I do any impact hits, I get wounds back. So it fails, and it's just sitting out there in front of Skin Cloud. After combat here, yeah. The Great Unclean One killed the Steg instantly, so he wasn't able... We figured we actually had to call the TO over because even though the Stegodon was part of a bigger combat, the Great Unclean One wasn't part of it, and when the Stegodon died, he was just sitting out there. I thought, well, can I overrun? But we had to fight the other combats, and they ruled it that I couldn't overrun. I think I could have, but it didn't matter. The Plague Bearers did a good job on the warriors and broke them and ran them down. He was not steadfast, not stubborn, and he failed his leadership test on cold-blooded rerollable ones. So that's great. I mean, I took out a huge amount of points at this point. I could stay back and go for an easy win, but I got a lot of muscle on my side, so I'm going to try to clean up the rest of the army at this point. Turn 3 Lizardmen. Just moving the skinks around, bring his cold ones up, trying to get them in combat somewhere, try to get some points. He continues the poisoning shots, which, you know, what can I do? There's nothing. I can't really catch these skink units. I mean, he's double fleeing all over the place. Teto Echo's unit, I think, fails to rally, which is unfortunate, but he's still far from the edge of the board. I think this is just showing some more shooting. I think he was taking some shots at the Great Unclean One, but didn't land any poison attacks on him. Turn 3 demons. This is after combat. I brought everything in on the cold ones. Everything you see there, including that other chariot that's facing Teto Echo's unit now. Yeah, the cold bloods or the cold ones couldn't handle all that nastiness. I even put Blades of Purification on these guys. I think I put the Curse of the Leper on them. They had -2 toughness. Yeah, that's not where you want to be if you're a cold one. Turn 4 Lizardmen. Teto Echo, I think, misfired for the second time and ended up killing himself somehow. So to just throw salt in the wound, he loses his special character Lancaster. Yeah, so his skin clouds are still trying to shoot. Turn 4 demons, things are moving quick. I'm just bringing the whole troops over. I've been charging, and the skinks have been fleeing. This cannon actually declared a charge against the skinks, got in there, killed them, and I think they ran off the board. And that's about it. It was just mop up from there. I didn't want to take a lot of pictures. My opponent was a really nice guy. I think he had a really good Lizardman list. I think he just underestimated the power of a Great Unclean One, and there was just some small mistakes, but what can you do? You're going up against Epidemius list. I ended up, this is a 20-0 system, I ended up with 29 with the bonus points. So first round, win Epidemius and Demons. The list of cheese is going to roll on. So thanks for watching, guys, and look for round 2.